Tiger fans, what an evening in Tuscaloosa. Let's break it all down. What's going on, everybody? Teddy Brennan here, Louisiana Boot Crew Media, joined by Whitfield Hughley tonight. So blessed to be sponsored by Revel Asphalt Services, 225-773-3990. Give Miller a call, the best of the best. Look, Whit, I mean, there's not a lot to talk about, honestly, because it was a little bit of an ass kicking out there. But statistically, not crazy, but time of possession, it was really the penalties. You saw Michael Van Buren come in the second quarter. The second half. You wanted to see more of that, probably just with his dual threat ability. Lots of other things going on. What did you see? Thanks for coming on.
Yeah. I mean, I think if you were to sit down and say with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, we were one score away with a interim coach that doesn't really coach, you take that every time.
Yes.
But then at the same time, if you say we're only going to score 9 points, you would be like, oh, we're in deep trouble. So what I saw was our defense is top notch, or B plus.
Definitely the coordinator.
Offense, yeah, definitely Blake Baker. Offense was, I don't know, C, D, maybe F. Offensive line was an F.
Seems to
be the way. Yeah, I mean, that's what I saw is like, I mean, I guess you walk away, at least we didn't get our ass whooped.
No.
But it's just so discouraging on the offensive side after what we've seen from Burrow until now, to just see this massive drop off has been really discouraging.
Right, right.
I think you outlined Nussmeier's stats from last year. It's like what
4,000 yards, 30 touchdowns. I mean, that's not easy to do, especially and then coming as a returning starter.
Right, and then also going in against Georgia, who that was probably a top 5, top 10 team of all time.
Absolutely, yeah.
The defense, especially, and
in 2022 when Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
I think that was the game that Jaden Daniels, he got held up by Jalen Carter.
Yes,
and so that's
100%.
Yes.
All right. I'll never forget that.
Jake won't let you forget that.
No. But it's how do you go from first overall draft pick to, I would assume, undrafted free agent at this point?
I don't know how you can draft him.
Yeah.
I think he could be a backup. But literally, we were all talking about maybe he could be – the Saints could draft him, and his dad would be his offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, talk about a drop-off.
The drop-off is – yeah. I mean, I feel bad for him because I do think what happened, and would love to hear your perspective on this as well, but it seems like with the offensive line getting so bad, that he just could not get his cadence and rhythm, and something was just off because he was always throwing to the check down, or it was just something's wrong, and it doesn't even look like it's the same person as last year.
Not at all. But I think you have to see that he can't throw the football down the field. And as a quarterback, I mean, you've been a quarterback too. I mean, you can't – no, you are. I mean, damn.
In eighth grade.
You can throw a mean pigskin, but I'm telling you, it's all core. I mean, it's like golf. I mean, if you can't, get into it with, just eat your torso, just whatever. I mean, just that reflex. I'll do it one more time. No, but he can't get it down the field. And he threw a beautiful deep ball. And that was the game you're talking about it against Georgia as a freshman in 2022.
Yeah, it's like
that was his bread and butter, was throwing the ball down the field.
I always had his comp in the back of my head as like Brett Favre.
Yeah. Baker Mayfield almost, kind of
Yeah.
something like that, in
Yeah.
that same kind of realm.
Yeah. So I guess that's kind of speeds up to the question of how do we fix this offense? And
Right. And I mean,
yeah.
tonight was just a disaster, but it's just amazing that Alabama had so much to play for. Even the Tigers had so much to play for, but they still were in it, and probably the less talented team, and they had no idea what they were doing. It's like it's the same thing. It was when Ed was interim, Eddie was the interim, and interim Eddie was the interim. And it's just like LSU, they're so talented that they just stumble into each other and they score a touchdown and they're like, oh, well, that was cool.
Yeah.
and it's just like, imagine if you had actual structure where you had everything was how it was supposed to be. Now, is it going to be perfect? Of course not. But like someone that actually ran a normal program. Is that crazy?
Yeah.
Is that crazy to think about?
It seems like that's
a
what
normal program.
Yeah, it seems like that's what Woodward brought in Brian Kelly to do, is have a stabilized program. And
he did stabilize it, I think.
Yeah, and there was some stabilization, but it was, I guess it was the offensive side of the ball. I'm not sure what went wrong, but something took a turn for the worse this year, bad.
He was the O-line guy too. Remember, he produced all those O-linemen at Notre Dame, and he was supposed to bring in that physicality. And if anything else, he got soft. And you saw that in a game like tonight. I mean, even though Alabama was not Nick Saban Alabama, they were still more physical than us. And poor Frank. I love Frank. He needs a lifetime contract, either as a running backs coach, recruiting coordinator, both, whatever, because you can't burn that bridge. You need him to be able to recruit Louisiana, particularly New Orleans.
Yeah.
He needs a lifetime contract, but man, oh man, that looked tough for him out there. I felt for him.
Yeah, how many penalties did we have on offense? That was insane.
Awful. Like I think 9 or 10 penalties. Alabama had 2. So that's the game right there. The game right there.
And most of them were when or at least the ones I saw were when we were in the red zone too. It was like the second we hit the 10-yard line, we were back to the 30-yard line. So you score one touchdown there instead of a field goal, and everything's looking totally different.
But that's when you need a guy like Nussmeier. He's supposedly 18. He's a captain. He's been around 5 years. Brian Kelly's fired. Joe Sloan's fired. That's when you need someone like him to step up. And he's I read on Twitter he was crying again at the end of the game.
Yeah.
What's he crying for?
Yeah.
I got a lot of reasons to cry, Whit.
Yeah. I know. I mean,
but I don't. And he's crying on national television 2 weeks in a row.
I know.
He's going to go make millions of dollars next year.
Yeah, it's not a good look. But I think, jumping forward to what could be the fix here, it seems if I were in the AD shoes, Blake Baker stays. Obviously, that's
who's the AD? Do you know?
I mean,
it seems different every day. No, it's old Verge. I'm happy it's Verge.
Well, we'll see. What is it? He's the interim, but then what was the quote?
We'll assess the situation.
Yeah. So, I mean, what we were talking about on the text thread, it's like we're now the newly single person. LSU, that is, and we couldn't be making ourselves look sillier right now at a time when we should be trying to go to the workout, go to the gym, get in shape, dress nicely.
I know.
Instead, we've got the governor doing whatever he's doing. We're firing everyone. It's really messy.
LSU's the super, super hot girl that just doesn't have everything together right now.
Yeah.
But she's really, really cute though,
Yeah. And it's, so I guess my question to you would be, does this chase away any coaches? And I think there's one coach in particular that everyone's thinking of,
St.
especially when,
Nicholas.
well, yeah,
No, no,
one up in
we don't even
Oxford.
think of, we don't
Yeah,
even think about Saint Nick anymore.
one that would,
Lane.
yeah, would make 9 points tonight look like he would do that in one possession.
I know.
He can't do it in one possession, two possessions. But does this scare him away? Is the question? Does all this kind
I
of
don't
mention that?
know. I don't know. I think he's the kind of guy that it wouldn't.
Yeah.
I think if it would be anybody else, I think if this was like a younger Nick Saban, it would scare him away. But I think Lane, he's been around so long. He's seen how it's gone from whether he was at Tennessee to the Raiders to USC to Ole Miss to Alabama. He's seen it all, and he's like 47, 48 years old,
Yeah.
I think it almost excites him. I think LSU almost gives him a little stimulation below the belt,
Yeah, I think. I think he's going to have to seriously sit down and think, how many times does a top 5 program, top 2 in the SEC or top 2 or 3
absolutely
in the SEC become available, and do I want to turn this down? And does NIL make it so that he can accomplish the same at Ole Miss as he can accomplish at LSU?
He could.
I think maybe, but I still think the path to a national championship is easier through LSU, and I think that's his ultimate goal.
It's like, yeah, I'm totally with you. It's like, even you can throw all the different X factors out there because of what is going on with NIL transfer portal, but it's just the state of Louisiana, the resources, the support. I mean, even Joel Klatt, Joel Klatt on Fox Sports, and he said, I don't know, he was on with Colin Cowherd, I think, or something, and he said, I know some guys down at LSU, and he's a Big Ten guy, so he don't want to give LSU any kind of credit. And he was like, I know the boosters down at LSU, and they are top 2, 3. And he's like, richest. Like, they have deep, deep pockets. And you're not going to find that at Ole Miss. And then you combine the money with the talent, the per capita Louisiana talent, and then to be able to bring in the transfer portal. And then, of course, man, I mean, Tiger Stadium. How can you beat Tiger Stadium? I mean, it's like, yeah, I guess you could say, all right, I could go play at Michael Lupin Field. It doesn't matter. But playing in Tiger Stadium, that's a big deal. No matter what happens, it means a lot. It means a lot. And Lane Kiffin, he's been in Death Valley plenty of times that he knows that I think he'd like to be on the other side for once, and not everybody, shooting him the bird and, telling him that they'd like to hook up with his daughter. So probably have you been seeing, they screwed our boy Lane, yeah, I mean, ever since that news came out that they were dating, he's LSU's like lost 3 in a row or 3 out of 4, and he's been hurt, and
he's constantly puking during plays.
I mean, like,
it's going to be super interesting, because I think any LSU fan can watch the game tonight and say Lane Kiffin plus Blake Baker, what that team looks like is you're right back in the national championship conversation next year.
So do you think Lane would bring Blake back, and would Blake take that job? I think so.
I would hope so. I mean,
unless Blake gets a job at like a lower school head coach, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I think he would.
But that would be awesome.
I think he would be crazy not to keep him, because it's one thing to hold Alabama to 20 points. It's another thing to hold them to 20 points when you only score 9 points, So it's
right.
Like, the defense is having to work twice as hard. and they're still playing pretty damn good. They've had maybe one or two poor games, but they're playing pretty damn good.
And so, absolutely. And you keep Frank Wilson. We'll let you go. We'll keep Frank Wilson. Probably Kyle Williams. I don't know. I mean, maybe. I mean, I don't know how he's technically done on the defensive line, but Blake Baker, linebackers, Corey Raymond, and then obviously, the first guy you're bringing back is Coach Chris. Special teams, Forrest DA.
That's a no-brainer. Yeah.
I mean, if we're gonna get the McNeese State involved, I think he had McNeese. I have to check that. That. I mean, his LSU resume stands out so much. I forget anything else, but Forrest DA definitely needs to be looked at special teams, no matter who the coach is. So look, Whit, I mean, final score 20-9 Alabama. Kind of wanted to see the Tigers pull it out. It wasn't meant to be, but they played as good as they could. It was just frustrating because how tired are you of watching, unless you're 2019 LSU or 2022 LSU, or no, I'm sorry, 2023 LSU.
Yeah.
The awful defense, but it's the same old shit every year, no matter who the coach is. And it's like, we need someone like Lane Kiffin to just put all that behind us, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. But I think what you were saying on the text thread is we've gone full water boy right now in Louisiana, and just
there's no question.
We just couldn't be shooting ourselves in the foot more.
It's terrible.
So hopefully we could clean it up, look like a top 5 program again. I don't think anyone's questioning that.
No, I know.
But it's we're trying to make people question it. That's for sure.
We are, and it's just like every time you think that you're going to take it to the next level, it just never happens. And so there's the opportunity. I think we're all down a little bit too. I know that we're not all Saints fans and Pelicans fans, but I mean, we're getting it pretty raw there, folks, too. And so it's just it's easy to get down, but better times are ahead. Tigers 20-9. Whit, thanks so much for coming on tonight.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it. All right, man. Thank you. Go Tigers.
All right. Go Tigers.